All right, what's up, guys? It's been a couple days. I know I said I was gonna do it the day after this, my first side of the backyard, but man, I had to take a break. As much as we want to get stuff done, we still have to make time for our loved ones. So check out these cool clips that I got while we were hiking at a local place, and we just enjoyed the scenery. So check it out. Hopefully you enjoy it.
You know, quite often we work a lot. We want so many things in our life and we want to progress, and we have all these visions and all these aspirations of being great and doing great things. Or at least a lot of us do. But I feel sometimes we ignore what's around us and what's valuable. And as we just constantly grind and grind and grind, we're also losing time. We're losing time with our loved ones, our friends, and we're losing time to capture these fulfilling moments. The moments that you can see and you can feel, you can hear, you can really take it in. And part of this channel is not just going out and putting in hard work and exploring things, but it's really to find that peace and that fulfillment. And through my hobbies, that's really what my goals are. And at the end of it all, I don't want to just think about my success and think about everything I've done to achieve it, but really it's the people that was around me while I was doing all of that. That is what I really, really want to think about.
All right, so we are back. I got sprinklers going on this side, making sure the weed or the just making sure the seed is cool and moist. So I still gotta, I still gotta plan out. I'm planning out the lawn, but it looks like I need 3 sprinklers, 3 or 4. And the only issue is that my water pressure. So since I don't have timers right now, I have to turn the zones on separately. So, but I'm not worried about that. I'm happy that we got the 3 out of 4 zones taken care of. So now we're taking care of this. So I just started mowing. I'm mowing low, and check out this moss right here. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. It's dry though. Not like when I dethatched over there. The soil was damp. So let's get to mowing. Let's get this taken care of. We're getting close. We're not at the finish line yet. I don't think we're ever going to be at the finish line, but you get what I'm saying. This is the last part we need to mow, dethatch, and overseed. And then we're going to be on to the side yard in the fall, or not side yard, but we'll be on to the sidewalk in the fall. So let's get this side done, shall we? All right. So, mowed. It was rough. Look at all that. Look at all that moss. Whew, boy. All right. And the lowest this can go is 1.5 inch. But you know what? Like, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, y'all. So let's go ahead and grab the Scarifier and or the Dethatcher Scarifier, whatever, and let's get it going. All right, good morning, y'all. It is about roughly 7. Woke up early to make sure that I get good watering on the lawn here. So let's check it out. So over here, this is zone 1. This is what we have on day 19. Starting to grow in. Starting to see a lot more green. Definitely patchy here. Going to be putting in some work, but hasn't been even 21 days yet. And the existing grass is looking a bit healthier. So are the weeds, but we're going to be taking care of that in another three weeks, right before summer. So starting to grow in nice. It's looking nice. To me it is better than what it was. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. And this is zone 2. Just got done watering. Again, this is where we're at day 20. Day 19. So we're almost ready to mow. We're almost ready to mow. I would say by the weekend. It's Wednesday. So I'd say by Friday I'd say by Friday we are ready to mow. And this is zone 3, day 8 or 9. Been watering twice a day. And today's going to be about 85, so I definitely want to get a good watering in. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the sprinkler heads, and we're going to get this going. Trying to avoid stepping on the grass as much as I can, but it's kind of hard. From here, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the things I've learned. Here we go. So we got good coverage. We got 3 sprinkler heads right now. I need to buy more of these orbits right here. These orbits are awesome. So I'm doing about 15-20 minutes a day. Today's going to be a little bit more watering. It's going to be a warmer day. So I want to get kind of like a deep watering. So it'll probably be 15-20 minutes in the morning, and then about 10-15 minutes in the evening. Or I won't say the evening, but about 6 o'clock. So the sun goes down about 9:20 right now. So watering at 6, it gives it a good couple hours to soak in before the nighttime comes. And here is zone 4. This is about, I'd say we're about 3-4 days in. Grass is already starting to come in, so it's good because I did the overseeding while it's in the growing phase. So that was one thing that they said, and I think I caught the season in time. All right, so there we go. Overseeding is done, and I'm happy with so far I'm happy with everything. So let's talk about the things I've learned, a couple things I've noticed and stuff like that. One, I need to make sure that I upload my footage because, as you can tell, recently when I was working on zone 4, and that's because my memory card was full, so you didn't see the rest of the process, but it was nothing really different than zone 3 other than a crap load of moss. And that is one thing that I noticed first, is that each part of my lawn has to be taken care of in a different way, or slightly different because of the situation involved. Like, say for example, zone 1 gets a lot of sun. It gets about 14 hours of sun. It's just about 7 o'clock right now, so we're looking, the sun's going to start hitting at about 8 o'clock, and it won't stop. It won't stop until the sun sets, just the position of the house. So zone 1 is probably going to be the area where I have to water the most. I probably have to treat and do summer protectant or something like that. Gonna have to figure that out. Zone 2 is a bit different because it gets a good amount of shade, but since it gets a good amount of shade because of the trees, I get debris on the grass. And when I dethatched, I noticed I picked up a crap load of debris. And it wasn't just dead grass and thatch, it was everything that tree drops. Zone 3, or sorry, did I say zone? Anyway, that was zone 2 I was just talking about. Zone 3 gets a good mixture of shade and sun, but there's trees around the area, so I get some debris there. So I'm getting a mixture of both, where it's not getting crazy amount of sun, it's not getting a crazy amount of shade, but it's getting like an equal amount of throughout the day. Zone 4, it gets a lot of shade. The sun's probably not going to be hitting this until about 9 or 10 a.m. and shade starts peeking over, I'd say about 6ish. So it gets about a good 8 hours of sun, but a lot of moss builds up on zone 3 and zone 4, and not much moss builds up on zone 1 and 2 because it has more exposure to the sun. So that's the thing I learned. Depending on your lawn and what's happening to it, you may have to care for it in different ways depending on the sections. Number 2 is how important an irrigation system is, a way to water it instead of manually. I have roughly just my yard, not including the lawn on the sidewalk. It's roughly about 3,000 feet. So watering that can take a bit. So having adequate irrigation is definitely something, but keep in mind that there's definitely that water bill trying to keep your lawn watered. I'm yet to see my water bill, but my wife is going to let me know how that goes. And when it comes to watering, I'm waking up at like 5:30 to get out here and make sure everything's watered, especially during the summer times. I am going to let the grass grow to about 3.5, 4 inches this summer and see how it goes. I do notice that the longer it gets, the healthier it looks. It seems that the grass is just thriving better at a longer height, and that could just be the way I'm cutting it. Maybe I need to train it to grow low, so mow often. So I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna have to see about that. So those are the two major things that I'm experiencing now when it comes to learning my lawn: is watering schedule, making sure I get equal coverage, and just how to take care of each part of the lawn. And by dethatching and by doing all that stuff, I was able to see what it was pulling up. So the important takes that I also got is tools. Last year I did a manual dethatching, and I didn't complete the dethatching process, but but I was exhausted. And now with the electric dethatcher I have, I was able to rock and roll. It was still a good amount of work, but I was able to rock and roll with it. And that's another thing, hard work. It's going to take time and commitment. So with me not taking care of my lawn for about 2 years, and I don't know when it was dethatched. I don't know what the owners did before me, but it took a lot of work to do that overseed. But the work is done, but it had to be done. And I don't think I could have avoided that. And I'm glad I took care of that now, because it was just going to get worse and worse. So I'm glad. But that's another thing I learned, is how much work it's going to take, and that it's continual. It's going to be continual, but now I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the growth. So what else? What else? What else? Let's talk about the future projects going on. Now that I got the lawn overseeded, I'm going to start working around the mulch, because in about, well, all of my yards is surrounded by mulch, and there's weeds and there's old grass and there's just debris. So I need to rake that up, pull those weeds. I need to, toss the dirt around to kind of fluff it back up, get the color back going. So that's it, man. That's it. That's what we're going to be doing, and I'm hoping that in the future we're going to be having way more projects. I do have a plan to make a garden somewhere, but I feel that this is the first step. We got to take care of what we have existing before I move on. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned for the next one. I appreciate your time. Any advice, criticisms, anything that I can do better in the Pacific Northwest with taking care of my lawn, please let me know. I'd love to learn and continue getting better. So stay tuned. Let's go.